Well, for most women, the idea of having a baby usually goes along with a husband, a solid career, and making a conscious decision to start a family. But for other women, the fairy tale doesn't quite play out that way.
More and more women are choosing to freeze their future and have children when the time is right. Fox 59's Tanae Howard investigates how some women are hitting snooze on their biological clock.
This is where life begins for all of us. But how we get here and when has changed. And for every woman who's thought about having a baby, it's likely you've asked yourself these questions. Am I ready? What about my career? Can I afford to have a child? And probably the biggest factor of all, has my biological clock gone tick-tock?
Are her ovaries functioning in a way that's consistent with her age? Are they functioning better or worse? And that'll help us guide her into deciding whether or not egg freezing is an appropriate choice.
For many women, the ideal fairy tale isn't on schedule. Love, marriage, then starting a family. The option to freeze your eggs has given women the option to pause their bodies in time and have a child when they feel the time is right.
We are seeing more career-oriented women as well coming in, wanting to know where they are as far as their reproductive potential, whether or not this is something that they should be considering.
Because I was 21 then, and so I'll use those eggs like they're young, they're good. Maybe I need to pick a different assignment.
Elementary math teacher Erin Schaar decided to freeze her eggs 7 years ago when she was 21 years old. So when she goes back to use the eggs, they will be that of a 21-year-old woman. Her current age won't play a role in her chances of having a baby. Her reason for freezing her future was a little different. After being diagnosed with cancer, doctors told her chemotherapy could ruin her chances of having a child on her own.
I had the opportunity to be able to have my own, for them to have my genetics and for me to be able to carry them. And that's why I chose to freeze the eggs.
When a woman decides to freeze her eggs, the process begins with a series of shots to help her produce eggs. During that time, the doctor monitors ovary function. Then, using a needle, a doctor goes into the ovaries to take the eggs out, and they're frozen inside this liquid nitrogen tank until the future mom is ready to have the eggs implanted to get pregnant. Scientific Director of Assisted Fertility Services, Dr. Jeffrey Bolt, has been a leader in the industry with 30 babies born as a result of this process. He says even if a woman's life isn't going according to her own schedule, she shouldn't have to give up the chance of being a mom.
And when that's taken away from you potentially, I think that's devastating. So for us, it's always a real rush and a real joy when people get pregnant, they bring the babies back to see us. That's what we do. That's why we love what we do.
The freezing eggs process has changed over the years. Doctors now use a technique called flash freezing. Success rates are now up to about 30 to 40%.
We can make up 3 days.
When Erin saw the experts here at Community Health, she was excited about her chances and has made the decision to pull her eggs out of hibernation and get them implanted this summer. She's prepared to go into this knowing she could be a single mom. Throughout the course of her cancer and chemo treatments, she was married and divorced.
I'm not really with somebody, but I know that there is somebody out there for me, but I might meet them like later in life. And I don't want to give up the opportunity to have kids now because I never really know what's going to happen with my health.
And without the sperm to fertilize the eggs, Erin will turn to the sperm bank to bring this dream full circle.
You get to pick a bank and you get to go through all these profiles and pictures and voices and all this stuff. So my friends and I have decided we're gonna have a pick your baby daddy party.
With the technology evolving and women deciding to explore their options, fertility specialists say the popularity of this procedure will only grow.
I think we're going to see in the future that more and more women are going to be freezing their eggs and using them when the time is right for them. And it certainly gives them a lot of flexibility. What we don't want to see happen is that people are unnecessarily freezing their eggs because of misinformation.
So as it relates
relates to medical issues like certain cancers, oncologists are much more aware of this option for women who are still in their reproductive years. Fertility specialists say the rate of success, however, is a lot lower for women over the age of 38. But for any woman who is considering this, it's so important that you do your research and have a consultation with the professionals. Tanae Howard, Fox 59 News.